Lord, grant me the serenity to understand the things I cannot change. Grant me the courage to change the things that I can. And grant me the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today. Amen. Away from me.
You close to the edge, just don't move. My brother said his lawyer just gave him some bad news. Police found the drugs that were stashed in the bathroom. Not only that, but his court date approaching us fast too. So tell me what to do. Lord, you only seek the truth. If you want to bear fruit, then he needs to abide in you. If you seek transformation, it happens in solitude. Since I never had a shot, God threw me the alley-oop. I believe I can fly. Let me mingle with the angels. Heaven's in my peripheral, I see it from an angle.
Welcome to the Bro Code Show. It's your boy Bro Troy,
Bro Smith,
and Bro Kurt, and we are
the Bro Code.
The Bro Code TV show was created to share unique and courageous stories that amplify the voices of others, speak life into our community, and celebrate the human side of humanity. The code is a set of standards or values a person lives by. The code sets the tone for how we treat all people, starting with ourselves. The code matures into the Bro Code when we're fortunate enough to find men that share in those same values and standards. What's happening, fellas? How y'all feeling, man?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah? Tell me something good, man. I'm feeling so good.
Yeah, what you feeling good about?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Here we go.
I'm a football fan.
Yeah.
And, watching, the football playoffs, I got to see my hated team take the L. And Brother Kirk is living in it right now.
You know what's so funny? Memes are all over right now. Hadn't seen this one before. Now, I'm not a hater of any football team, but this particular team has.
That's all right.
He's gonna talk about it too.
Yeah.
This particular team has a
I'm glad
star
you're a piece
for
of that.
a logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the logo is a star.
It's a rating.
It's the rating. I saw that. It's like, it's not the logo, it's the rating. Just one star. But anyway, I digress. So, Kurt, what you got, man?
Nothing.
Not a single thing? Not a single
Happy
thing.
to be here. In
Hey,
the
we're here, man. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about that. Just so you know, we are in an open restaurant right now. You might hear background, but that is what we do here on the Bro Code Show. So, anyway, fellas, nothing great happens alone. Today we got my man Johnny Pavlik. Johnny, what's good?
What's going on?
Hey man, glad to be here, here in the middle of Johnny's Pizza.
You're in my home. So
Yeah,
I'm glad to welcome y'all, and I'm glad that y'all can just kick your feet up and just treat my house is your house.
That's
so
it, man.
Glad you're here. Feel welcome, and feel free to order whatever you want from the kitchen. And
We already
I'll have mom whip it up for you.
Well, Mom already did good on some wings. I had some of those before you got here, man. Well, Johnny, man, everyone that's listening right now may not know who you are. So, in 90 seconds or less, man, just remember your resume, man. Talk to me.
When you say resume, I don't want to start the 90 seconds. When you say resume, you mean a business resume or a life resume?
Who are you? Who's Johnny? Yeah.
I would say that I'm a misunderstood kid who became a misunderstood adult who took his passion for people and business and molded it into a dream that is constantly growing and changing and becoming what I kind of feel it to be on a daily basis. I think that I always wanted to be a businessman, and I think that I always wanted to help people, and I think that at times I focus more on business, and at times I focus more on people, and I think that both of those have allowed me to grow kind of my dreams, and I've had the blessing to have children and a family and a wife and a lot of things that I never thought I'd have, given some of the places I've been and learning some of the life lessons that I've learned. I've been given a lot. So I think my resume is I'm learning like the rest of us, and I think that I'm just trying to build to become a better myself day in, day out, and just kind of push forward like the rest of us, and keep aspiring to hit that dream space. And keep dreaming.
Well, you're definitely doing it, man, with this empire. And so talk to us, where are we sitting right now? Talk to the people, man. Talk about the ambiance that's going on in this. Where are we at right now?
Well, I'm going to tell you, where you're sitting right now, this is actually going to be a bar, because I've already designed it. This whole wall is going to become a bar. This restaurant was once popping. COVID really hurt this restaurant. This restaurant is doing very well. This is my Cary location. So this is my second/third location. You really want to count my first location, which was on 55, which I had for 10 years. I sold that and then opened my second/new first location, which is over on 1010 and Holly Springs Road on the other side of Apex. This location used to be crazy. A lot of people in here. It was always packed.
Yeah.
I still think it's a great location. I still think that it's a sound investment. It's just COVID has really crippled the kind of fast casual dine-in business. Like, I don't think people are like dining in Chipotle or McDonald's. And, you know, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, the pizza business is really a fast casual kind of takeout delivery business.
Yeah.
So I think this location, as big as it is, I mean, we still have people renting out the upstairs and all that. This location the vision for this location was of a past vision. And I think COVID changed that a lot. So we're going to kind of make this a new destination and a new place to have fun. I'm going to put some video games around the corner like I used to have. Maybe a pinball machine, maybe some of the sweepstakes machines. We're going to have some fun in here.
Yeah.
But this location is a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see 40-foot ceilings in pizzeria.
Yeah,
I mean,
indeed.
this place, when you walk in here, it's like a cathedral. This is like the Johnny's Pizza Cathedral. Like, I consider this this is when you come in here, it's like you walk in and it's kind of wow. Like, you know.
It does have that wow factor. When I walked in, I did see that wow factor.
Yeah, and I'm not letting go of it.
Yeah. I'm
not
curious,
gonna let go of
Johnny.
it.
You're a man of many passions, but I'm curious, is there a secret passion or something that people really don't know about you that you just love?
I think that one thing that people don't know about me is that deep down to my core, I truly, truly believe that any person I can help or any person I'm interacting with, I treat them like family.
Yeah.
I really believe like they are, like I will literally put them in a framework when I deal with them, that they are like a brother or a cousin or an uncle, or I really try to give people that authentic self, and I really would extend anything I can extend to that person, like openly. That's how I am. Like and I tell that to even people. People reach out to me and they're like, Johnny, this happened, or maybe they had a bad experience at the restaurant, and I'm like, let me fix this for you. You know, like, and I'm like, what you don't realize is I'll come to your house right now. I won't come apologize to you face to face. I want to let you know that I am truly sorry, and I want to show that to you. You know, and I want you to understand that I'm not just some person that you're interacting with. I'm giving you my attention, I'm giving you my time, I'm giving you all of me, because when I interact with people and I deal with people, I want them to know that I am truly connected in that moment, and I am in the moment with them, because I think as humans, I think we really like spread ourselves too thin. And I think like with social media and like the way that a lot of people interact, there's like, I really don't believe that that there's that true connection in humanity, you know, that
we definitely want to talk more about that. And you're right, authenticity is a rarity. Yeah, man. So we look forward to digging into that. What you got, bro, Smith?
Well, given that we're in a pizza place, I'm curious, what is your favorite thing on the menu?
pepperoni pizza.
That's
Hands down, man. Hands down.
Yeah.
Keep it
If I
simple.
could just sell pepperoni pizzas, I would. There's a lot of things on the menu that I'm like,
There
I
is, yeah.
don't know why I sell
We'll
that.
get a shot of that too, because
You
that
know,
is a heck of a menu.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and I'll eat most of everything on my menu, and I enjoy most of everything that's on my menu. I'm a very simple person.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's probably about 5 or 6 things. I mean, if you look at my IG, there's a Johnny's Pizza top 10. Those are actually my top 10 items. Like, if I could just sell my Johnny's top 10 items, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Maybe in a co-op location or a.
I've thought about that. I've thought about that. Like almost like a
pop-up
like a ghost
shop.
kitchen. Like a ghost kitchen.
And we'd love to help you with
Yeah,
that, man.
I was actually looking at a ghost kitchen out on Capitol. Kind of down like Mini City area on Capitol.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a bunch of shopping centers down there that are very affordable, and it's just you don't need the walk-in traffic.
right.
It would just be like a Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats location only, and you could just put a kitchen in there, and you wouldn't have to even you wouldn't have to even staff it the same way you would a normal restaurant. You could just kind of have food going out the back
You
door.
do it certain times, right? You can be really intentional about the times that you do it and be done with it. Yeah.
And it's funny you say that. I was debating on whether or not I should invest in a ghost kitchen.
You should. It should be a Johnny's Pizza.
Sounds like a plan, right?
It sounds like a fun time.
I'm going to tell you, I've had my hand out to investors for a long time. And the funny thing about investors is I've talked with a lot of people that want to invest in Johnny's Pizza. The problem is with most investors is they want to make money and they want to do nothing. That's cool. That's great for a lot of individuals who maybe really need that investment capital to expand their business.
Right.
Like they're dependent on that. Like they will not be able to grow their brand or survive without investment capital.
Yeah.
That is not me.
Yeah.
I can do what I'm doing right now. I don't need any help from anybody. The only people that I have allowed to invest in my company are people who are truly passionate about the company and they want to be part of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So when people have approached me and they're like, "Who's your investor? Who's the money guy?" And I'm like, "Me." And they're like, "No, but I mean, like, who put the money behind you or whatever?" I'm like, "Me." And they're like, "No."
They'll get
And it's like, I don't need what you have to offer. You're looking to latch onto somebody with an idea who is falling behind. I'm moving forward with my own concept, and I'm doing fine just the way I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So anybody who wants to join in this, I want them to join in it for the reason that they want to be part of something.
Right.
I don't want them to join in this to make money.
Right.
They will make money, but if they join in the passion, the money will follow. It's about passion. I've never invested in myself to make money. I've invested in my passions, and my passions have in return produced money.
Yeah.
You know, I chased money for 10 years in this business, and let me tell you, it was a miserable 10 years.
I can dig that too, man. I've always said that if you chase your passion, paper will come.
Yeah, you know, truthfully, I believe there's like four aspects of life.
Well, let's talk about that. We're right here live, like not just live, but in the restaurant in Cary of Johnny's Pizza in the Cathedral location with my
in the
man
Cathedral.
Johnny Pavlik with the Bro Code.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Never had a shot, God threw me the alley hoop. I believe I can fly. Let me mingle with the angels. Heaven's in my peripheral. I see it.
We'll be right back on the Bro Code Show after a brief word from our sponsors. We all we got.
Get your love when I'm gone, when I've said my last goodbye. Who gets your love?
Yeah,
Get your love
when I'm gone.
when I'm gone.
Oh,
Who gets your love? Bella on the beat.
to leave a legacy is bottom line. Missions only designed to recoup distorted times. If every step is important, I pray you order mine. The marathon continues till I reach the borderline.
The Bro Code TV show was created to amplify the voices of others and share courageous stories of community leaders, organizations, and businesses that are doing great things. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m., you can catch Bro Troy, Bro Kirk, and Bro Smith for another courageous conversation. You can find those conversations on our YouTube channel at Bro Code TV Productions and also our audio podcast channels, which are on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts at The Bro Code Show. Tap in to the Bro Code experience. We all we got.
Heaven's in my peripheral. I see it from an angle.
Welcome back to the Bro Code Show. We are right here at the Cathedral of Johnny's Pizza in Cary, North Carolina, with my man Johnny Pavlik. Bro Smith with Tuscany. Bro Kirk, what you got, man?
It's all good. So, Johnny, you were just mentioning before the break the four aspects of life.
Yeah, I've kind of like looked at all individuals that I've bumped into over the years, and I believe that there is kind of everybody can kind of fall into four categories, and it's kind of what I would consider like a passion and work balance. The first stage is what most of, I would say, the country of the world is They do not like what they do for a living, and they don't make a lot of money at it. That is stage one. So they do not like what they do, and they are not financially sound doing that. The second, a lot of people disagree with me on this, is they make a lot of money but don't like what they do. I would consider that, say, a heavy investor or a Wall Street investor. Makes a ton of money, does not like what he do. Maybe he's stressed out all the time, on his second marriage, heart attack, stress, anxiety. He's chasing money. Him or she is chasing money. They do not like what they do, but they said money is paramount. I'm going for that. Third would be they love what they do, don't make a lot of money. A teacher, public workers, people who want to make change, but they're not very well compensated for that, but they are absolutely passionate at what they do for a living. And the fourth, which is the pinnacle, is you love what you do and you are properly and heavily compensated for what you do. Yeah. I believe I fit into that category, and I believe I'm very lucky to be there because I was a number 3 for a long time. I was loving what I did, and I was making no money in this business. And I was waking up every day, and I didn't care about the money as long as I could stay in business, because I loved interacting with the staff, I loved interacting with the customers, I loved interacting with the distributors, I loved this business. Yeah. So it didn't matter if I was making money or not. You know, my accountant would be like, "You're not making money." He's like, "Well, you're paying your bills." He's like, "Are you enjoying it?" And I'm like, "I love this." You know, I was like, one day I'm gonna, I'm telling you, one day this will all catch on. And it took a long time. Yeah. But, you know, I really believe that, you know, everybody should be aspiring to find their passion. That's what it really boils down to.
Why pizza though? Where did the inspiration for pizza come from?
I fell into the pizza business just by exploring work options and, you know, riding my bike to the mall and going to the arcade in the 90s. I mean, people in my demographic, that's what we did, you know. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd go hang out at the mall and, you know, the mall food court, and there was always an arcade there, and, you know, and it just, I don't know. The pizza business just kind of pulled me in, and I kind of met the right people, and, you know, they kind of took me under their wing and showed me the business. And it was the one place I saw that I could kind of like be me, but work at the same time. I tried working at Harris Teeter. I tried working at Subway. And, you know, it's like I didn't feel like I was part of something other than like the mold that is set. I was just, like, I wasn't Johnny. I was just part of like this system. Yeah. Whereas like in the pizza business, I felt like I was, even as just a regular worker, I felt like I had a position and I was part of something. Right. You know. Yeah. So that really like sucked me.
Now, watching your social media, it's clear that you're very passionate about serving others and building relationships that extend outside of just the work that you do here. Where does that passion for service come from?
I have no idea. I think I really care about people. You know, I think that I was kind of raised in a household that cared about people. We always were charitable family, and you know, my family was blessed with you know, good careers and everything, and we were raised in a way that, you know, we were definitely not raised to see color or to see people's position financially as anything different. And I always just kind of saw people as people, and I always want to give to people. So if I see people in need or am able to help human beings in any way, that's just kind of what I'm going to do, you know? So I don't know. I feel like if you use your heart instead of your mind, it will guide you. You know, really look at people and just, you know, I don't know. I don't try to label people. I look at them, and before I say, and let my mind be like, well, this person's like that, because anybody can do that. Yeah. Anybody can look at a person and be like, I bet you he's like this or she's like this, or, you know, they pull up in a certain car or live in a certain neighborhood or are a certain way. We have these labels we put on people. And I just believe that if you really look at people and just be like, let me just toss out what I'm expected to think of a person and be like, what could this person really be going through? Well, this person could really be going through a lot of things that you don't know.
It's funny you say that. It takes a rare sense of mindfulness, right, to
put other people's needs before your wants. I once heard that that's actually the true definition of ministry. I've also read in a book, it says guard your heart above all else, because everything else flows from it. So with that being said, you're doing a lot in the community, especially here in Raleigh and surrounding areas. You have multiple locations, but talk to us about that, because earlier we did a thing, right? So talk to me about that. What's going on with this movement, this mission that you have here in Raleigh with the unhoused?
I'll tell you what happened is I've always been willing to give. And people would call me up or hit me up on social media, and I'd just be like, they're like, hey, there's a charity. I've probably given to 1,000 charities. I mean, I can't even count. I don't even know who. My accountant thinks I'm crazy. He's like, you need to keep better track of these. I'm like, dude, just write it off. And I haven't been audited. Maybe because
Keep
I'm
that
giving.
on the low, man.
I'm just saying.
That one on the low.
I'm just saying.
We're going to edit that part.
I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. But what I'm saying is like, I just give. And I think it was at that place at a table event, I looked at it and I kind of said, there are a lot of people who are kind of taking it to the next level. And I was like, why can't I do that? I don't know. Something dawned on me that day. I talked with a pastor there. I think it was the right blend of people that I just kind of connected with in that day, and the right blend of kind of opportunities to give kind of approached me at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all of these people are just kind of doing what I've always done. I think I can just take more of like a driver's seat to my own version of this. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nothing's stopping me. I was like, I kind of left and I was like, what would stop me from doing? I was actually kind of jealous, to be honest with you. Yeah. So maybe it stemmed from a little jealousy. I was like, placing the table was a really cool concept. And I was kind of like, wow, like their restaurant gives. Right. It's a self-sufficient giving machine. Yeah. I was like, I can make my restaurant a self-sufficient giving machine. I just got to load up my food and put it in the back of the Escalade and drive down,
Make it happen.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. Talk to us about what happened today, man. What was that? What did that feel like to you? How did those parties get involved? Who was involved? And, how did we grow that?
I just think it was cool. All of y'all were involved. So the Broco was involved. I mean, obviously Terrence Ruth was involved. My creative from social media, Kristen was involved. And I gotta be careful. Anytime like a woman, I gotta be careful what I say.
Take your time, brother.
I gotta be careful what I call anybody.
I get it.
No, but it was I think it was the right blend of people, and I just think it all we haven't had more than 2-3 people kind of doing this, and it all spawned from that day. I think the very following Monday after that event at a place at the table, and I've been given to some of the events that you had with some of your your Saturdays with the boxing and the video games and different things, and it's just I think I kind of just set a standard that I was going to partake in whatever kind of came my way from that day moving forward. Yeah. And I also said I'm going to put my own mark on doing well. And it's like I think I could probably incorporate and do a bunch of nonprofit stuff. Like I would have to talk with probably my mom and the accountant about that. Like I don't know how to do all that, but I just said, you know what, I'm just going to make this like a grassroots mission. This is going to be my thing, and I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to invite whoever in can help. And I was like, it's going to be all of ours, you know? It's not going to be like, this is Johnny, and this is what I'm doing, and I own this concept. It's more about how can we all work together to, make a difference.
That's what it's all about. I will say this, man, you always put Johnny on it, man. You are a rare breed. Your heart, your intensity, your enthusiasm,
I try.
It shows. Always shows. And that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it brands the mission.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to talk about it. So it's like, at least there's a spokesperson for whatever's going on. It's not just some title and a plan. Yeah. It's like there's somebody behind it that can actually answer questions and
get it done.
I think that's good to have like a figurehead, and I've done that for my business as well. Yeah.
Well, if you're just checking in, I'm Bro Troy,
Bro Smith, Bro Kurt,
and we're the Bro Code. We'll be right back.
Never had a shot, God threw me the alley-oop. I believe I can fly. Let me mingle with the angels. Heaven's in my peripheral.
We'll be right back on the Bro Code Show after a brief word from our sponsors. We all we got. The Bros just got stronger. We've added a new member to the team, A. Ruth Proctor. The blonde bombshell herself will be hosting this new segment called The Proctor Report. This segment will share behind-the-scenes footage and engage questions from our listeners from a female point of view. Tap in to the Bro Code. Stay tuned for a new segment on the Bro Code Show called The Rehash. You'll learn more about the bros personally and what drives them as men and community leaders. The Rehash will be available on YouTube and all audio podcast platforms every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tap in to the Bro Code.
We are out here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Bro Smith. And we are the Bro Code. We are downtown, as you can see right behind us. What building is that? Truist now, right? Truist building. We are downtown at 401 West Cabarrus Street with the man with the plan. You know who it is. Johnny's Pizza. Johnny's Pavlik, right?
I'm out here with the Bro Code.
With the Bro Code, baby.
They the man with the plan, not me.
Yes, indeed.
I'm a high.
We're doing what we do best, man. As the brotherhood, we serve. They say the service is the rent that we pay for our space on Earth, and that rent is due every day. And today we're out here with Johnny, with Johnny's Pizza. Johnny, so what's going on today? What are we looking at here?
Well, over time, about 2 months, we have tracked down and really found the spots that people who are primarily sleeping on the streets or literally coming off the street into a shelter and then hitting the streets in the morning. So literally all the homeless people we can find, we're trying to feed them. Right now we're feeding them 1 day a week. We're trying to get it to feeding people 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cold. My eyes are tearing up.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do is just build a network of people who are going to help us complete this service work we're doing and help us expand it, grow it, so that we can be more efficient and basically serve, from what I've heard, is about 1,000 people without a bed 7 days a week in Wake County that are sleeping on the streets. They're out here. We found some of them, and there's more of them. So if you know where there's people, there's one woman that reached out to me and she said she knows about 20 on New Bern Avenue somewhere. So I'm going to talk with her. We're going to go there. We don't know where the people are, and that's unfortunate because they're not known, and that's the sad part. Is
people who want to help you, Johnny, how can they get in contact?
They can reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Instagram, on Facebook, at Johnny's Pizza NC. I put my phone number on my Facebook and my Instagram. You can text me. So hit up any of my recent posts. You can see that, but a message is fine. You can even call one of my stores, any of my restaurants, leave a message for me, and I'll get back to you. And we're just out here doing God's work, and we're doing what we love because this is what we're here to do. So we're just blessed to be here, and blessed to be here with the Bro Code, and I'm really looking forward to being on y'all's podcast.
We might have something good coming up, man. But it's your boy, Bro Troy.
Bro Smith.
And we are the Bro Code.
Heaven's in my peripheral, I see it from an angle.
What's up, good people? We're right here back at the Cathedral. Johnny's Pizza with my man Johnny Pavlik on the Bro Code. What you got, Bro Smith?
Absolutely.
So
So Johnny,
what you got, Bro Code?
it's all good. Johnny, so about a month ago, I pulled up on you.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier about your vision, but I don't want to zoom over what you're doing and the segment of people that you're doing it for.
Yeah.
Right? The people that people usually just step by or don't look at. And you know, the first time I met you, I wanted to see if you were genuine. And we were standing in front of a shelter. And the women were like hugging and touching you. And you weren't like, you didn't turn, it was like they were, you said it earlier, it was like they were family. And so you weren't being transactional, you were being relational. And so speak to a little bit about your vision and how that looks, like pretty much for downtown Raleigh and the surrounding areas.
I think that human beings are human beings, and I feel like people in need, particularly like the homeless, the type of people that you will find in a shelter, I believe they need 3 times the love. I really believe that, because I think people in that position, I feel, are so close to the end of where a human can go. I believe that in that place, not just physical death, but mental death and suicide, and just a really dangerous place to be for a human. And I mean, I shed a tear. I can just look at the obituary section of a newspaper, and I know that sounds old school, but I still do it from time to time because I like to read the stories, and I'm just curious. And I mean, I can shed a tear over anybody because I know that that's somebody's something. And a lot of people look over people who are living on the street or people who are homeless and stuff like that. And I believe it was Terrence Ruth, the woman who was with him today, said that she felt so bad when that woman that came up to her said she was sleeping outside tonight. And she was like, that's somebody's grandmother, that's somebody's mother, that's somebody, and that's so true. That is somebody to somebody. And it's like, what people don't realize is, how can you write off something that is somebody to other people, and not just to the world, because I believe everybody is a blessing on this world, but I'm saying you can't write off somebody's story and how important they are, because they are important to other people, and it's so, that's sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't feel that in your heart, then something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're willing to just block that out. I mean, human beings are very good at just blocking off things they don't want to think about. And I think a lot of people don't want to think about homelessness or hunger. And I mean, you know, I've caught negative feedback to what I'm doing in Raleigh, feeding the homeless. I've caught negative feedback.
Well, let's focus on this. I know when I talked to you and we talked about vision, you told me 7 days a week, right?
I want that,
7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, right? Every day, and mapping out through all of Wake County. And you said it with such gumption, so we know the heart is genuine. Now we need the people that are can push, maybe potentially take on a day.
I think it's possible. Let me tell you this right now. As easy as I can do 1 day a week, you can't tell me that there aren't 6 more restaurants that want to be part of something that can whip up what I whip up in the same amount of time and just get it out to serve 100 to 200 people 7 days a week. That's taken, I don't care, I don't know the exact percentage, that is a percentage of hunger in our area. And it is a digit of hunger. It is a digit. It might be 1% of hunger. It might be 2%. I don't know. I don't know the numbers. But what I'm telling you is it's a significant percentage.
That's it.
And that is all that matters.
That's it.
Because that's enough to propel people in that position. It gives them enough of a base and safety. Because the thing I've noticed about doing all this isn't about the food. It's not about the quantity of food. It's about the consistency. People give, they write a check. Whatever. That check gets felt. It gets. The thing that has been so important to the people I see us feeding is the hug, the Johnny. They know my name. They know my car. When I pull up, they really believe that every Monday, and they look forward to it, not because they're excited to see me, or it's because a portion of their week is safe with a hot meal. That means it's like they can count on that. And it's that consistency. It's consistency. If you love a baby, the baby will love you. If you teach a baby and, encourage it to walk, it will walk. It's about consistency. You can't just say, hey, walk, and then vanish. You can't say, here's a meal, I care about you, and vanish. the consistency is where change comes from.
And that builds in our relationship, especially the work that we do.
Man, the first time I came down, man, I drove about 35 minutes to get there. We served. We heard the stories of everybody, which I want to talk about. But on my way home, I couldn't talk. Like, I literally couldn't speak. Because there's something inside of you when you're talking to these people and their stories, and these are people to somebody. But I want to talk a little bit about the stories that they share with you, Johnny. I sat back and listened to them. And these are real people, and people will say, well, yeah, just get a job. Just pull yourself up, right? But it's more than that. It's really more than that. So can you speak to that for a moment?
We'll speak to the misconception.
So one more moment. When I moved to Raleigh, I was homeless for about 3 or 4 months. Me and my son were living out of a hotel. So I really resonate with the feeling of security and having something to look forward to every day. They don't even have that, right? So I get it. And so I think it's really important to talk to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, it's, you know, I think that it's the consistency. I think that you, in your situation, you can speak to it. You've lived it. And I think that, you know, I think if people were really to take a step back and actually look at what people are really going through, like, I didn't even know that about you. I have respect for you just because you have shown me who you are as a man and your heart, and the fact that you're a quiet ambassador for what you do on a daily basis. I can tell that. So you really have a motivation in what you've done, just what you've shown me and what we're trying to do. You came in, you made a difference, and you stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that says something. And I think that people are so easy to write off people who are homeless and that are hungry as that they can't provide that to the world, so it's as if they're nothing. And I got negative people speaking to me on social media, which I care nothing about. That's a Gary V taught lesson. Don't care about negativity. And they're like, when you give those people pizza, give them a kick in the ass and tell them to get a job. And I'm like, why do you got to take something that is so positive and put a negative? It's like, and there are people out there that just looking to put a negative spin on things. It's like they see something positive. Maybe it's because something happened to them. And that's not even me saying that person's a bad person. Something happened or whatever, for whatever the reason, something is jaded inside them where they can't look at a good deed as just a good deed. They have to find something bad with it. So I'm telling you, something happened to that person that thinks that way. Something happened to them. So I look at that person from a place of love, not as a place of anger. I would say, God, that person needs some help too. They need a hug, because why do you have to find negativity in something so positive? Because obviously, you know, something happened, you know. I don't know their story. Just like I don't know the story of the people we're serving, just like I don't know anybody's story that I don't know. You know, a guy who cuts me off in traffic, I can go flip that guy the bird, or I could be like, you know what, maybe he didn't know. Maybe his wife just walked out on him. Maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything.
Well,
you know?
Well, I want to learn a little bit more about your story. You know,
Oh God, you don't want to know.
You know, I mean, you've struggled, you've given back, you've built a successful empire and growing that empire every day. But what do you do for fun? Like, what do you do, you know, with your family? Like, how do you live outside of all this?
I think that I really just kind of zone out. Zoning out is one of my most fun things to do. I like to park on a couch, watch some TV. I think I'm watching a lot of Seinfeld right now. I've been hitting Netflix. I think that I try to spend time with my kids and my family. I think that try to spend time with my mom, my dad. They're getting older in life. You know, I try to do things that give me a break from the very taxing life that I do lead. I've been up since 6 this morning. I've been going at it hard. I'm normally kind of toned down by this time normally. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I parked on the way from what we were doing earlier today, which was getting back. I parked for like 20 minutes. I took a little nap.
Hour nap.
I was a little late. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like came to it, and for a second my brain's like, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? And I'm like, oh my God, it's 6:15. Yeah. I told them to be there at 6:15. I was going to say 6:30.
Yeah. Well,
I was trying to push myself. But then I rationalized and I said, they got to set up though. So it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. No, in actuality, no, that was my body letting me know I just needed to shut down for a little bit.
Sometimes
I go pretty hard. I go pretty hard. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not as good at going hard in my 40s as I was in my 30s, which is why I'm starting to I'm changing what I do for a living outside of just investing in the pizza business, and I'm getting into Airbnbs, and I'm getting into cryptocurrency and some stocks, and I'm kind of getting into things that will provide some passive income that won't require me all the legwork that I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't stay on my feet like this for 30 more years. I might be able to I just know, because I look at older men that are in this business and they wear down. I know a lot of guys who didn't save their money. I know a lot of guys in this business who didn't diversify. And I mean, they're doing what I'm doing now in their 60s, and they got arthritis in their hands. They can't really make pizza anymore. Their joints are messed up. A lot of them are on pain pills, and I can speak into whole parts of addiction and things that I've dealt with. Like, I can't get into that. You know what I'm saying? I can't be a worn out, painful body guy, because it would just open up the doors to too many problems. I want to be able to be, young and youthful with my kids, watch my kids grow up, and I can't be, I want to see my kids in their teenage years and be able to spend time with them. You know what I'm saying? When they're teenagers and when they're going to start, needing, that kind of father figure to provide them those things they need to learn as they become a man. I don't want to be trapped at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's funny you say that. We talk about fatherhood, and we talk about being a reflection for youth. And part of the mentoring services that go on with Y4C definitely been included. We touched on it earlier, but two of the programs that we provide for youth ages 7 to 17, those underserved, those that have been forgotten, those that some people may just glance over. One is our boxing program. We're using the sport of boxing to teach discipline, to teach positive peer association, and give it with a lesson. One of the things that we promote is healthy eating choices. And we talked about many things for the unserved, but our youth population, helping their habits and their choices, and part of that is that physical activity. Like, the way you preserve at your 40s is planting seeds in your youth, so that way when you do grow up, you're equipped with some of those things to process. So,
absolutely.
Those fulfilling things are huge. We're right here with Johnny Pavlik at the Cathedral, Johnny's Pizza in the Cary location. We'll be right back.
Never had a shot, God threw me the alley-oop. I believe I can fly, let me mingle with the angels. Heaven's in my peripheral.
We'll be right back on the Bro Code Show after a brief word from our sponsors. We all we got. The Bro Code TV show was created to amplify the voices of others and share courageous stories of community leaders, organizations, and businesses that are doing great things. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m., you can catch Bro Troy, Bro Kurt, and Bro Smith for another courageous conversation. You can find those conversations on our YouTube channel at Bro Code TV Productions, and also our audio podcast channels, which are on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts at The Bro Code Show. Tap in to the Bro Code experience. We all we got.
We're back on the Bro Code Show, and we got my man Johnny Pavlik right here in Johnny's Pizza in Cary, North Carolina. Now, Johnny, we've talked about a whole lot. We've asked you a whole lot of questions. So this segment right here is called Flip the Script. Now you get the microphone. You can ask us a question individually or collectively.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
What came first? The sweatshirt or the shoes?
Oh, what did I buy first? Well, the sweatshirt came first, right? And once I understood that we were going spearmint mint, then I was like, yo, what do I get to go with these? And I found these. So that's what happened.
You made the shirt.
Yeah,
it was
made
its
the
own
shirt.
thing.
It's its own thing.
And you found
I found
that,
the kicks.
that completed it.
There you go.
I'm not going to lie to you. I would have thought it was the opposite.
I would
have thought so too. I swear, because I was like, damn, he made the shirt.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta find something to go with these
So it was
shoes.
opposite. He's a trickster.
Yeah.
He's a trickster.
He's got some pink ones like that.
Yeah, don't be style. Hold on now. Yeah, indeed. But in most cases, you're right. But in this case, yeah, we were thinking about, hey, what's the new swag that we want to build and brand ourselves as the Bro Code, and then I found the sneakers to go with it.
Okay. Well, it's obvious. You're kind of like the talker and like the head of Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's got to be the head. Somebody's got to be like the mouthpiece. I kind of get Cornelius. I want to know like what is your role in this team?
Yeah.
What is your
I'm the keeping them grounded type guy.
Grounded.
I'm the brakes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll pump
So
the brake.
you're the one who kind of keeps the boys in line.
Yeah, they have some great ideas, but then I'm like, hey, we can't be in 20 places this week, man. Like,
yeah, we can.
Why not, right?
You're the thinker. You're like, let's do it. Go. We don't need sleep.
Let's pause, reflect, and strategize before we move to the next level of this thing.
Okay.
He's very much so a thinker, and you're right. All of us do play our role. We do have a role in this thing. I love your analogy too with Voltron, right?
Yeah.
So took it back on that one, right? But I am. I've ran and led sales teams. I've coordinated multitudes of men and women from different ages. So I have been trained as such. But he is an analytical person. Right, so above and beyond, hey, have you considered, or may I suggest, or have you thought about? Also, the bottom line, right? Hold on, man, let's crunch this thing and make sure this is the move. And we all need that. We all need that center of balance. So yeah, absolutely.
So before we pass by that too, one thing that's cool about us is we know our roles. So we respect those roles.
So crucial,
right? And so we know he's coming with the breaks.
Yeah.
Right. I know Troy's going to lead out front and go. Right. That's what makes us.
Okay, so what's your role? Wisdom?
That, ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking at other podcasts, what's happening in the market.
You're an investigator.
Yeah, man.
So you're doing research.
All day.
Yeah. I don't do any research.
That's recon right there.
Yeah, I don't do any recon.
Yeah.
I'm in awe of this guy. Just hey, have you heard? Did you see this podcast? Did you see this person? What do you like?
Success leads fools, man. I'm not sleeping because I know where this can go.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I've always appreciated about Kurt is he again, like he just said, he'll allow me to be me and just sit back and watch. And I'm very observant as well, and I appreciate that because we'll sit back and be like, "Hey, man, did you see that person with this, or did you see that reaction to what happened?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw that too. What is your thoughts?" And now it allows us to kind of recap, right? So we
like it.
Yeah. So it's strategic, and I think that's a fist, not a finger. We talk about that all the time. Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. That's the Bro Code.
It's the Bro Code. All we got.
It's Voltron.
Voltron.
I mean, it's three people, so it's like one's, I guess, the lower body, the chest, and the head.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
There
the
it
chest
is.
is connected to the arm.
And wait till you see what's next, too, man. When we come into the new season, we got some.
And we can't forget.
Nice. Well, I mean, I was a huge, I was a huge fan of Wu-Tang. And, they always said that, that I believe it was GZA. GZA was the head of Voltron.
I thought it was RZA, right?
I think it was RZA or GZA.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
All of them. All the ones that rap.
Yeah. I feel like it was GZA.
Yeah.
I feel like it was GZA.
Yeah.
I feel like it was GZA. I know RZA produced everything, but I feel like I believe that he was saying, because they were like, who's what?
Yeah.
And it was like, well, we all have our own style and our own thing to bring to the group. He's like, it just so happens somebody happens to be the head.
And it works. That's what it's really all about.
It was GZA or RZA. It was one of them.
And was that your only question? Did you have any more?
No, I mean, I think I got a collective question would be, when did this start? How many episodes have you done? and where do you see this going? So when, how much, and where is it going?
I'm sure you guys can start with the win, right?
Yeah, we started in June of 2020.
Okay.
Right on the heels.
Right when COVID hit.
Yeah, COVID hit. We're all back in our houses. There's a lot of social unrest, and we talk about it individually, just what's going on and how can we have a voice? How can we capture stories? How can we embrace the changes that are happening? And how can we basically do something for good, you know? And we got behind a video screen for a hot minute. You know, we're probably 60, 70 episodes
At least 60
deep
at least.
right now, to where we've just started expanding and doing things live. You're probably, the 10th person that we've, 14th person that we've interviewed live.
Awesome.
And I'll pause. I know Troy's got some. As far as where we're going.
Where we're going, we don't know. But we know we're going together. And we know we're going to be consistent, and we know we're going to reach out to awesome guests like you. So we're unstoppable.
Yeah.
You use some of our favorite buzzwords. Like, I was jumping inside. We talk about consistency when you talk about a rubric or finding a blueprint and connecting with others, right? Those are all of the things that not only do we appreciate, but do well.
Yeah.
And when you do those things and walk in that spirit of excellence, I truly believe that we say the sky is the limit, but it's truly just a view. Like how far it goes is based on your work ethic and those that you connect with, your consistency and all those values that we've talked about this whole show. So the Bro Code is the name of the show, but it's a lifestyle that we live.
Yep.
Like we live this, day in and day out. And because of that, and we're all dope in our own right, but we now allowed to hear the heart of individuals that normally wouldn't have that opportunity to get a chance to sit down and really talk about things that matter to them most.
And I think it's good that you guys, are focusing on something new and exciting. I mean, everybody's doing this now, but I think you guys are way more well-structured than a lot of the other people I've been interviewed by. I think you have a team and a setup and a strategy that's going to work for y'all.
That's it.
And I think that, the consistency is key, and I think that, also giving yourself a break.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Be willing to forgive yourself, dude. There's so many mistakes I've made in business. And it's like so many people are like, oh, we fell off. Screw, let's give up.
I love it,
You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to be human and realize that things take time and be patient. And patience, man. Patience is a huge virtue, man. And a lot of people don't know how to be patient. And it's like, God, I mean, dude, patience is one of my main things because I've wanted so many things to happen when I wanted them to happen that didn't. And it just trained me to realize it's not going to happen when, how you want it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen exactly how you wanted it. It's just not, So be cool with that.
Yeah, it's always greater later. That's what I've heard. I actually got that back in the day. I know I'm dating myself with this one, but Dr. Dre was doing a rockumentary on MTV, and his closing quote was, "It's greater later." Yeah. And clearly that was in the 90s. We see how that worked out. Yeah. So clearly it is
always greater.
It's always greater later, right? Yeah. Hey, Johnny, I appreciate that, man. We did a little recon. Right? We did a little recon, and we looked at your social media. There's many words that stuck out today, and we say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. So we found 3 pictures on your social media that kind of encompassed who you are as a person. And we want you to tell us who's in the picture, what you were doing, and why you shared it with the world. We're going to start with that one right there.
All right. Let me see here. I do not know his first name. He is the assistant to Tony Gemignani, who is a world pizza champion, and I recognized him 2 or 3 times in Atlantic City, going to the Pizza Expo in Atlantic City in probably 16, 17, and 18. And I always thought that he seemed like a kind of like a quiet guy. So when I saw him at the expo, I approached him and I was like, "Hey man, I recognize you with Tony all the time. I know Tony." And he was like, "Yeah, I know who you." And it was just kind of like a cool. It's like we kind of had been scoping each other and never communicated. And so like when it came time for us to just have a conversation, it just went. We still communicate to this day. I just know him. He owns. I just know him by his handle. I forget who it is, man. He's on my IG.
New Columbus?
Yeah, New Columbus Pizza. Yeah,
Company,
in Pennsylvania, and he makes a totally different style of pizza than I've ever seen.
Wow.
Which is crazy to me, and I'm just like, it's crazy because in the pizza business, there are these like conglomerates of like independent pizzeria owners. They are not invested together. But they come together at these events and kind of share ideas and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's so crazy to see so many people doing the exact same thing but doing it so differently that it's amazing.
So let me get this clear. Let's not skim over that. So individuals that are doing the exact same thing, maybe differently, but in pizza, right? And some type of pizza company come together and share. Right? Yeah. So that they can get better.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what we do. It's crazy. Wow. It's crazy.
That is noble, right? That's an idea, isn't it? And we do. And the reason I say that is we talk to so many in different arenas that just doesn't happen. So,
no, that's what we do.
You know,
I've gotten phone calls from guys I've met once. And they're like, "Yo, man, I'm thinking about doing this to my menu. I see what you're doing. Like, how did you do this?" We share openly. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not competitors. Now, I have a lot of good friends in this area. Randy taught me a lot of things. I'm a good friend with Randy from Randy's Pizza. He taught me how to, Tonino used to own a Randy's. He works for me now. He taught me how to make pizza. He's in the kitchen right now. And, I know Carlo from Bella Italia and Alfredo's Pizza, Chapel Hill. I don't open near people I know. You know what I'm saying? So it's just when you meet guys from out of state, all of a sudden the floodgates come down and it's just free. You know, you would never charge for somebody who's got a family and kids and is struggling with the same things you're struggling with. You would give freely to that person because a piece of advice or an idea might really help them and provide them what you know you need as well. So you just give that freely.
Really noble concept, man. Love your heart, brother. Tell us about that one.
That is Dr. Jankwish. He is the creator of the X Bar. It's one of those band. You might have seen it. It's one of the band workout devices. He's made a bunch of patents. He's a doctor, and he actually, he got picked up by the Miami Heat. The Rock uses his thing. And basically, he just, it was really cool because he kind of looked up to me as like this social media genius, which I'm not. And we met, and he really showed me that like you can really take an idea and really make something. I mean, this dude's, he's a multi-millionaire with a single idea, and I just find a lot of respect in that. Yeah. I find like, to actually create, he's probably the person I know the best that literally took an idea, made it, and scaled it into production, and it just, it's crazy. He was like, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. To see somebody, and he was like, "Yeah, I bought a Lamborghini last week." And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, "Yeah, I just took the sales from the week and just bought a Lamborghini." And he's just, but he's so humble at the same time. He's like, he's not doing it for show. He was just like, I just didn't care. He's like, I felt like it. He's like, I'll probably sell it. And it's just, but he's willing to take anybody out. We go out to dinner and he just pays for the meal for like 20 people. And he just wants to hang out, have fun, eat steak because he's on such a diet that like when he like goes out with people, he's like, "Where's the mac and cheese and the cake?" So he uses his like bonding with other people to like break his diet.
Smart man.
So it's just, he's a really cool guy. And it just, I've just gotten to know him over the years. He owns OsteoStrong, which is also some kind of chain and franchise of like Joint and Bone labs. I mean, dude, he just. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never met a doctor quite like him.
Yeah. Awesome
He's
stuff.
basically like if The Rock were a doctor.
Wow.
You know.
That's good stuff. Hey, if you're just checking in, we are right here in the middle of Johnny's Pizza in Cary, North Carolina. The restaurant is open. We got pizza sung everywhere. We got the game on. We got everything going on right here at Johnny's Pizza with my man, Johnny Pavlik. Now, Johnny, we've talked about a lot, man, but we got one more picture, man. This one right here hits a little different, man. Talk to us about that day. What we got going on in this picture?
I mean, I think you guys were all there. Were you?
No, but this is the first time we met. That was the first time.
It was only you there?
Yeah. Well, I was there with someone else, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that day kind of sparked something in me. I was like a little jealous because I was like, you know, the owner of a place at the table brings me in and she's like showing me around and I'm kind of like, this is a good idea. And I was like, I'm in the suburbs, so this wouldn't work. And I'm looking around and I was like, she really is taking this idea that I wish I could do, but it doesn't really work at Preston and Cary. A pay-it-forward restaurant would not work where we're sitting right now. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't. But, and I was like, this is a really cool idea. And so I was like, I need to basically do what is happening at this place, because I think it's such a great idea, because you use a restaurant, it houses the costs, it's an easy write-off to provide food, and, you know, I was like, I'm going to start feeding people just like she is in my own way.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just going to make a ton of pizzas, and I'm going to go and feed the people, and it started because she's like, we're not open Monday. So that's where Monday came from.
That's
and
right.
I was like, I'm going to do, so I saw a void. I was like, dude, look at this place. Like, people come in here and they eat here on Monday.
Right.
And they eat here all the time, except Mondays. I was like, so what do all these people that were there that day, they're getting haircuts, they're eating my pizza. You know what I'm saying? It was on a Monday because they were closed.
Great concept.
And I'm like, I need to basically, I was like, there's a stack of my pizza. Pizzas are disappearing.
Right.
And people in need are eating them. I was like, we're just going to do this again.
Yeah.
It was pretty simple. It just, the whole blueprint was laid out to me that day. And I met a bunch of people who, by the way, still keep up with me.
That's awesome.
So people from that day are reaching out to me, checking up on me. They knew I was having some problems in my personal life. And they were just, you know, just like, hey, how are you doing?
Great
so people
sense.
I met that day are like still in communication with me from that day. Just because they're good people. They obviously, I mean, I don't really look at people as like snakes and it's like, what's their angle? Sure. I don't really look at people that way because I don't really think that I'm one to kind of get taken advantage of. But my whole thing is that I'm like, what goal do they have? They're genuine.
You know what's so funny? You know? The day itself, right, the whole scope of the day that we're talking about was a great sense of community, right? Not only yourself from Johnny's Pizza, the pastor you're talking about is Pastor Chris Jones from Ship of Zion.
Of course.
Shout out to him, that's my dude.
Yeah.
Maggie Kane at the Place of the Table, and then of course the barbers from Wake Tech, right? Shout out to the Eagles over at Wake Tech.
Cool.
Absolutely, man.
They were cool. I was talking with all of them.
Yeah, to volunteer their time, and there was others as well, but to come together to really love on those that needed it, you know, for those that really are looking for hope. And we always say hope plus options equals success. People lack hope, they lack options. It oftentimes leads to destruction. So I love it, man. I love it. Johnny, we've talked about a lot today, but we've got one more segment. Words matter. And before the show, I asked you, what's one word that you use to motivate yourself or that you would use to describe yourself? And the word that you gave me was humble. Man, and oftentimes that word could be looked at in several different manners, but it's clear the way that you show it in your life based on the conversation we've had today. So we've got something for you, brother.
So Johnny, my brand is called You Matter. We kind of brought it into the bro code. Been giving away these $2 bills. We could not give you one, man. The work you're doing, it literally tells people they matter. And that's important, right? Because sometimes we lose that. On the front, we have You Matter, your name. On the back, we've all signed it, the whole team.
Nice.
And also, we put your word on there, which is humble.
Nice.
And we really appreciate you for the work you're doing in the community.
Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. This is dope.
Yeah, that's for you, brother.
Awesome.
$2 bill is unique. It's rare.
You know that
man,
nobody ever
right?
tells me I matter. You know that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Well, from us.
I kind of
you
feel
already
like
know.
a lone soldier sometimes.
Yeah.
It's lonely at the top, man. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, we appreciate you, man. We'll definitely get a picture with you with that. And
Awesome.
Got one more segment, man, and this one right here, man, is the icing on the cake, brother. This one's called Calling Them Out. Calling. So that's your camera right there, Johnny. I want you to look into that camera. And this is the segment where you get a chance to call individuals that are in your network that would appreciate a seat right here with the Bro Code Show.
Okay. I call out, I know somebody I can call out, and I would say I call out Harvey J. And I know that Harvey Justice, the Henny God, would come here to Durham. I know he's in Durham at times. So if you want to tag him in a little piece of this content, I'm sure he will reach out. Me and him met by him making the Hennessy pizza in this kitchen. And that was a viral piece of content that I think did like 150 million views. So I almost feel I owe it to him just to meet you guys, because I think he thinks on your level, and I think it would be appropriate.
Harvey J.
I really do.
Right here on the Bro Code Show.
Who else?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm curious.
I mean, obviously, I could say Gary V.
Hold on. Now, Gary V. What? Gary V.
You gotta go to New York.
That's easy. That's an easy one right there. Gary V, we need you on the Bro Code Show right here, man.
I don't know. Who else? I mean, there's so many people. DaBaby, 2C. What are you guys gonna come out here? You know, they know who I am. They eat here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we talk.
We can go to Charlotte. That's not a problem. The baby's in Charlotte. He's right here in Raleigh. Hey,
he's
the baby.
He's in Cary.
In Cary.
You don't know how close he is.
Yeah.
You don't know how close he is. You can walk there. Yeah.
Tutu, we need you right here on the Bro Code Show, man. We'll certainly come to Cary.
Through.
Matter of fact, we can meet right here.
You know where we're at.
We can meet you
here.
That's
right
it.
here.
We can meet you right here and share a pie. Your favorite pie,
I would love
man.
if you came on your show.
Absolutely,
I would.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you, man. Much love to you. We thank you for the hospitality. We've had wings, shared some stories. We always close the show the same way, with a little bit of positivity. This quote right here, I think you'll like this one, man.
Yeah.
Quote says, "I love you with every pizza in my heart." It's your boy, Bro Troy.
Bro, so sweet.
And we are the Bro Code.
That was a good one. Actually, that was don't judge me. I just spreading the message on the corner where the thugs be. And Rock said, be careful when the world start to love me. I've been getting recognition. A lot of times in the
This for tomorrow, you ain't promised today. Or could you walk on water if you don't stand on faith? It's like I'm going through circles, I'm in the same old place. I see you closing the curtains, but I got something to say. GTD, stand up. I just don't get it, as if they can't see you making the way. City lights, what up? He's preparing the way. City lights, what up? How could you live for tomorrow if you ain't promised today? Or could you walk on water if you don't stand on faith? It's like I'm going through circles, I'm in that same old place.
The Bro Code TV show was created to amplify the voices of others and share courageous stories of community leaders, organizations, and businesses that are doing great things. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m., you can catch Bro Troy, Bro Kirk, and Bro Smith for another courageous conversation. You can find those conversations on our YouTube channel at Bro Code TV Productions, and also our audio podcast channels, which are on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts at The Bro Code Show. Tap in to the Bro Code experience. We all we got.